Miss Julian's a great principal here at Blackham, and she tells us that for the kids to be able to come out here for gym classes made all the difference in the world. These fields are incredible. These fields are incredible. They not only make the neighborhood look more beautiful, but you can play on these fields right after it rains. They drain right away. There's no runoff into the sewers in the area. There's no runoff. It's all engineered so the water just percolates through the earth naturally. It's a beautiful thing for us to do something as modern, as technologically advanced as this with the help of the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation. Kids, I want you to know this story because Mr. Ripken, he could be anywhere right now, but he wants to be with you because when he was a kid, he learned baseball, and baseball meant everything to him. And you know what? Him and his brother had to say goodbye to their dad a lot because their dad was a coach. And he traveled all around the country. He was a famous coach. But when he died, he and his brother Billy put together this foundation so that in his memory, all of the great work that he did with his kids could be magnified that much more all over the United States. He could make sure that kids could grow up like him. Now, I got to put a little asterisk next to that because there's probably not ever going to be another Cal Ripken in baseball. But this is more, the reason why we're all excited, the reason why there's a big crowd here today, the reason why the kids love this is not just because it's baseball and it's fun and it's learning and it's good for the environment. This is because we believe in the goals of the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation to get kids off their computers, to get kids outdoors in the fresh air, growing healthy lives, growing and learning life lessons here together as a community. And that's what Bridgeport's all about, right? It's not about winning championships, although we do. Right, Joe? Right? It's not just about building beautiful fields and making the city more beautiful, but we are. It's about building a community of family and friends that take care of our kids and make sure that their generation is better than our generation. We're going to make it better for the next generation, and you guys, once you learn all the life lessons here on Cal Ripken Senior Fields, you're going to make it better for the next generation. So this is how we do it here in Bridgeport, and we could not have a better person to go all over the world and talk about the wonderful things that are going on in places like Bridgeport than Cal Ripken.
And the legacy of Dad's life was helping kids. He did it professionally, trying to help kids fulfill their dreams as big league players, but he used baseball in his spare time to go get in front of other kids and really talk the language of baseball, but really he was talking the language of helping kids, trying to get them moving in a productive way. And so we developed programs in my dad's name. One of our signature programs is Badges for Baseball, where it helps law enforcement and the community come together. And we're very, very proud of that, and we think there's great applications all over the country for that, including in our own city of Baltimore, based on what's happened. But once we started these programs, we realized that we needed a safe place for the kids to apply these programs, and that's where this whole idea of these youth development ballparks came from. And once we got into it, we knew that we had stepped onto something really special, because these, in a sense, are outdoor classrooms that gives the kids a chance to experience. And we build them as baseball fields because that's really what we are. And we think baseball probably is the best sport. We know sport teaches us all kinds of lessons, but baseball is a sport that doesn't discriminate against size. You know, I was just thinking about the Boston Red Sox. Dustin Pedroia happened to be a MVP. Dustin Pedroia is a second baseman. He might be about, this big, but he swings a real mighty bat and still is able to drive the ball out of the ballpark. You do have big guys, but like in basketball, sometimes it's a matter of how tall you are. Sometimes in football, it's a matter of how strong you are to be able to move the line, or how fast you are when you hit the holes. But in baseball, it's that special physical skill of hitting a baseball that some say is the hardest thing in all of sport to do.
I just want to tell you something about your mayor. First of all, we build these parks, we've built them across the country. Seattle, down to Houston and Florida, up in Waterville, Maine. In Baltimore, which is our hometown, which is Cal's hometown, right? Cal is a Baltimore legend. We have 5 parks. In Bridgeport, Connecticut, we have 6. I mean, it's amazing. Thank you, He is without a doubt our #1 guy across the country when it comes to getting these parks done. Really, no one's even close in terms of an individual than your mayor. You are very lucky to have him here in Bridgeport. We are very lucky to have him at the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation. You should treasure this guy because when it comes to kids, there is nobody I've met that cares more about you kids in the back than Mayor Bill Finch. Mayor,
Nice job, Gabriel!
Good hit!
Come on, Gabriel!
Humble though, he's saving lives here with this field because our kids can get influenced by a lot of negatives, and to have these positives here, Cal's very humble. His efforts around this country are saving lives of kids and getting them put in a positive direction.